Good morning, Kipsters. Welcome to another week of physical education class with Mr. Flores. I can't believe this is week 4. We are moving into some of our awesome topics about your body and all that good stuff. But without further ado, we're going to look over here at our whiteboard at the top left corner at our agenda section. And today we're going to be focusing for our social emotional learning lesson. We're going to review our mantra, and then we're also going to discuss relationships and why relationships are important. We're going to watch a video with Chloe on the Nerve about your lungs and the respiratory system. Following that, we're going to complete our set of exercises. And again, I'm making it a little bit more harder. I'm making it a little bit more challenging for you guys. So like that, we are growing. As always, for our materials, we'll need a pencil, paper, a towel, and a water bottle. And our objectives today, what we're really going to be focusing on, and I'm going to be checking for, is making sure Kipsters are able to define relationships, and also making sure that Kipsters are able to still, again, complete a set of exercises. Now, the big question and what I want you friends to focus on as you're hearing me watching this is, what is a relationship? Again, the question is, what is a relationship? And the second question is, why are lungs important? That question is going to be answered during our video with Chloe and the Nerd. But again, the second question is, why are lungs important? All right, so let's move on. So let's review our mantra. We've already focused on 2 of our mantra sayings. Remember, respect what's mine, respect what's not. Today we're going to focus in on respect our time. Again, it is respect our time. Now, what respect our time really means is don't dilly-dally. Be efficient, understand the value of our time together. All right? Let's keep moving on with that. So focus in on respect our time. Respect our time means you respect your time, right? So that can be different in the classroom. I know a lot of friends last year, my kinder, first, second, and third graders were always super excited to come to the gym. But if you friends are being silly in the hallways or taking forever to transition, you're not respecting your time, because your time in being with me at the gym is going to be limited or reduced because we need to fix ourselves. The second point that I want to make is respect others' time. Now, when you friends are, for example, not making it on time to PE, to the gym room, wherever we are meeting at, then you're not respecting me, because you friends are being late to something that we have planned together. And then that means less time to be active, and then that means less learning for us together. And another example of respecting time, and very important now, is making sure to submit things on time. So every day, Kipsters get home, you go home with homework, and the following day when you go to class, you either drop off your folder, you place your homework folder in a bin, whatever it looks like for everyone's class. Now, if you're not doing that, then that means when your teacher's going to give you a grade, you're not going to earn a grade that you want because you didn't submit things on time. When you become adults and you start working, if your job asks you to submit something, it's very important that you're making sure that it has to be delivered or brought to whenever it's asked for. So right now, we're focusing on making sure our homework and the assignments we have due are submitted on time. But as you get older, you'll have a job and you'll have responsibilities to making sure that you're doing those things right. So, with that being said, I want you to now think. Everybody, tap your thinking brain. Tap, 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 tap. Now, you think. When in your life have you experienced a time that felt was respected? Again, when in your life have you felt that there was a time when you felt your time was being respected? How did it make you feel? I know for me, for my example, I love it when Kipsters and classes arrive to PE on time, because I make sure that we get to enjoy the whole time together, and not anybody misses out on any time. So whatever it is, the activity that we're doing, I know that we can get through it all because everyone's on time. And that's something that I really like and I really enjoy, when everybody makes it to class on time. So like that we get to enjoy. So again, I want you to think, from my example, think about your own example. When in your time, in your life, have you experienced a time that you felt was respected? And how did it make you feel? All right, so take about a minute. You can pause the video here, so like that you make sure you address that and answer that question I had asked you. All right. So, with today's activity, we're going to move into what is a relationship. A relationship is a bond that you have with your mommy, your daddy, a cousin, a friend, someone that you love and care for. And every person that could look different. So, this is what we're going to do. In this lesson, students will learn about healthy relationships. They will participate in an activity to explore what makes a healthy relationship and how healthy relationships can positively affect your school and community. Again, a relationship is a bond that you can share with your mommy, your daddy, your cousin, a friend, an uncle, someone you love. It can be anybody. Now, we're going to discuss. I'm going to talk to you about it, and then I want you to write on a piece of paper or draw on a piece of paper the following. Who do you have a relationship with? So you're going to write it out. Your mom, your dad, your cousin, your aunt, whoever it is. Then I want you to talk about or think about some relationships are closer than others, but all relationships require communication and respect. Now, let me ask you something. In my house, I live with my mom and my dad, and our relationship is very awesome. Like, I know I can talk to my mom about any problems that I have, my dad about any issues that I have. But I also have relationships with the people in that community. Every day I see my mailman. When I walk my dog, I see my mailman in the morning. And I always make sure to say hi to them. And I always make sure to be respectful. And I always make sure to ask them how's their day going. Because sometimes people have tough days and sometimes people have awesome days. And my mailman's a really nice person. In fact, Atlas, my dog, really loves him because the mailman makes sure to give him a treat every day. And that relationship that I have with the mailman is great because it's nice to be nice to people and it's nice to be respectful to people and it's nice to care about other people, just like your mommy, just like your daddy, just like your cousin, just like your friends, just like your teachers. Everybody in your community, your larger space, cares about you and you want to care about them and respect them and treat them right. So that's my example. Now I want you to ask yourself, who do you have a relationship that you really respect? Again, this might be your mom, this might be your dad, this might be your cousin, a friend, an uncle. And then last but not least, the last question we're going to address is how do they act that makes you respect them? Again, I give you the example of my mailman. He's really nice. He gives my dog treats. So because he does that, I get really happy and really excited because he's making my dog happy. And I know he cares about my dog. So if he cares about my dog, that means he cares about me. Now, again, the question is how do they act that makes you respect them? So, again, these 4 questions, I want you to look at them, read them, think about them, draw it out or write it out. Because remember, we're learning and we're focusing in on relationships. It can be a relationship with your family, it could be a relationship with your neighbor, it could be a relationship with somebody that lives in your community, all that good stuff. All right, you got 5 to 10 minutes to complete this part of our assignment. Or I'm sorry, this activity. All right, Cripsters. And last but not least, again, we are going to watch a video with Chloe and the Nerve about your lungs and how your lungs work. Remember? So making sure we're thinking about a big question. Why are your lungs important? This is the part where you're thinking about that.
Health presents How the Body Works with Chloe and the Nerve. And then the gallbladder stands up and finishes my joke. I mean, the gall of that guy.
Hold that thought, Nerve. What's this?
5th annual Bodylandia Lung Race. The duo that gets into and then out of the lungs first wins a prize. Prize? A prize, Chloe! Oh my dear heavens, a prize!
If the time on this poster is right, the race is about to start any minute. Yikes! We better get into our running outfits.
A Nerve is always ready for a race.
Chloe's too.
To the racetrack.
Phew. Made it in the nick of time. They're about to start.
And they're off. The kidneys are in the lead, followed by the eyeballs and the ears. Chloe and the nerve are in dead last. Chloe, let's pick up the pace, shall we?
This isn't working, and I'm breathing really hard.
You're breathing hard because your body needs more oxygen. Oxygen is in the air we breathe. When you're breathing hard, your lungs can take in more oxygen, and your heart is beating faster to get that oxygen all around your body. In we go!
Do you know where we're going?
Of course, into the respiratory system, and more specifically, the lungs.
Ugh, this is gross, Nerb. There are boogers everywhere.
Let's get out of here, Chloe. When you inhale, air comes into your nose or mouth, and then down your windpipe, also called the trachea. At the end of the trachea are two large tubes called the bronchi. They lead to two large organs responsible for breathing, called lungs. One bronchus goes to the left lung, and the other one to the right. The lungs inhale air with the help from your chest muscles and diaphragm, a dome-shaped muscle under the lungs. As you breathe in, your diaphragm contracts and flattens out. This allows it to move down, so your lungs have more room to expand as they fill up with air.
So when you exhale, everything happens in reverse, and the air goes out the way it came in?
Exactly. Here we come!
This is the lungs? Nerb, it's just another set of tubes.
The lungs have tons of these smaller and smaller sized tubes called bronchioles, which can be as small as the thickness of a hair. The end should be right after the next one. Here we come!
Nerb, where are we?
The alveoli. Fancy word. This is where the magic happens, where oxygen from the air we breathe gets absorbed into the blood. Alveoli are tiny air sacs at the end of each bronchiole. There are about 600 million alveoli in the lungs. Each has a mesh-like covering of very small blood vessels called capillaries. Oxygen travels into the blood through the alveoli into the tiny capillaries that surround them.
Fantastic!
Oh, right. We've got a race to win. But before we go, I should explain the process of exhaling. The air you breathe in is different than the air you breathe out. The most important gas in the air is oxygen. Every one of your body's cells needs oxygen to stay alive. Deep inside the lungs, your body takes oxygen from the air and delivers it to the bloodstream. Then your heart can pump oxygen-rich blood all around the body. Then the process operates in reverse, letting your body get rid of a gas called carbon dioxide, which is waste gas the body doesn't need. Carbon dioxide is carried by the bloodstream to the lungs. Then the lungs exhale it out of the body.
Nerb, we're falling further and further behind in the race.
No worries, I'll kick it into Nerb Hyperdrive.
We're doing it! We're winning!
Nerb it now. We did it! We won! The crowd goes wild! Why is everyone so quiet?
Nerb, we won the race like 45 minutes ago.
Oh,
All right, friends. So with that part to the end of our video, we've just finished exploring about our lungs. In our second part to our video, when we do our workout, we're gonna see, or we're not gonna see, I'm sorry, we're gonna feel how our lungs are working as we get our heart rate up, as we get moving, as we get the blood pumping and working inside your body. All right, so I'll see you friends in the next part of our video.